Welcome to the 245 podcast, where that's the amount of terabytes of data you would need to hold all of the United States' greatest sports moments in history.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I've just been presented this idea when I got home. Evan told me that today we're just going to be talking about some of the greatest sports moments, and it could be in the United States history, could be in our history, could be in world history. You know, there's plenty of pools that we can dip our toes in.
Wow.
That was good. Good intro.
Thanks, bro.
A lot of pools we can dip our toes in.
Yep.
Big fan of that.
Little Olympics reference.
But before we get into that, we should probably talk about our weeks, because the people always like to know what we're up to, what their favorite podcast members are doing with their lives. So, Mitch, do you want to start us off? Say what you've been up to.
Yeah. So this week's been pretty productive. Monday and Tuesday was a lot of some group project work. We're kind of nearing the due date of those assignments now. So we just kind of met as a group in both of the groups, and we just met on the morning of our days, and then just cranked the whole thing out, which is super nice. So we got those things done, and then didn't do much else, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, let's see, I woke up at 11, I think, and Micah was coming back from his class, I think, or something like that, at 11:40. And so while we were both cooking lunch, breakfast, depending on who you were, we were watching Dondi in the kitchen, Deal or No Deal Island, because there was a new episode out. So
What can you explain this show to me?
Okay, so
And what did you call it?
Dondi, Deal or No Deal Island.
No.
It's just the acronym.
Okay.
So, so Dondi, it's a
Can you say
very
it a few more times? I like
Dondi. Can I say it in the Survivor tone? Dondi. Nah, it's not as good as Survivor. But yeah, so basically it's like Deal or No Deal combined with Survivor. And so you have, the social time between all the contestants, and they're on this beach, but it's pretty bougie. Like, they aren't, living on coconuts and, a few cups of rice a day. If that. They actually are fed well, and they're supposed to dress very nicely. It's very, very dressy, very formal. But they all have their own huts that they live, in little pods, with a few other people with, and they just talk strategy. They can form alliances, choose people to trust and stuff like that. And then they have, the equivalent of Survivor challenges. It's their excursions, as they call it. So on these excursions, you're trying to get the highest case value that you retrieve, and depending on what the challenge is, it could be a team-based, individual-based, kind of how Survivor goes. But basically, highest value case gets to pick who goes to play the banker at the temple, which is basically tribal, that equivalent. And so you play this mystery banker that they don't reveal until the very end of the season. Last season, of course, the first one had to be Howie Mandel, of course. So they were playing against him the whole time. I guess it's speculated that this season it's Beyonce, because it's a she and a queen or something. I don't know. So could be anybody.
Slay.
I can't imagine why they would pick Beyonce for the second one, but I don't know. Anyways, so person goes up to play the banker. If they make a good deal, they are safe and they can choose anybody else that's up for elimination to eliminate. Or if they make a bad deal, then they are eliminated, and then they just leave the temple, and then everybody else goes back to camp, and then it's just kind of a cycle. So, really cool show. It's kind of like modern Survivor, little Deal or No Deal, kind of like vintage game show mashup. So it's pretty cool.
It sounds like it's like just copycatting Survivor. And
Oh yeah, and they also borrow Survivor players. Like the first season they borrowed Boston Rob.
Oh really?
So he was on there, and then this season they have Parvati.
Oh yeah.
From Survivor, and then also a winner from Australian Survivor. Which, yeah, there's Australian Survivor.
Dude, that would go
but
so hard.
But like literally nobody on that
Crikey,
show.
mate, don't eliminate me.
And like nobody knows who he is.
Oil.
We should watch that instead of normal Survivor. That sounds way more entertaining.
Yeah, and then they have Dr. Will who I guess won Big Brother like 20, 30 years ago. I don't know. I guess he's an icon from that time period. I don't know.
I guess he's an icon.
But yeah, they're just trying to leech off of, popular figures from past game shows to try and bring attention and watch time to their show and try and get people hooked. So yeah, that's kind of the very long explanation of Dondi.
Well, the people were wondering.
Yeah.
And by the people, I mean me.
Yeah, by you.
Did you and Mike watch the full last season as well?
Kind of. He started watching he watched the whole last season, and he kind of like introduced it to me, so I kind of like jumped in like halfway through. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he kind of got me hooked, just like how he got me hooked on Survivor. I'm noticing a trend here. But yeah, so where was I even going? Oh, that was my Wednesday. I just had to go all the way back. So then I had like a leadership thing. So we did some acting in the lab just to go through some like leadership scenarios. And then we also did an escape room, which, it wasn't as fun as you would think. You think escape room, and then you're going to be having fun and, trying to get out as fast as possible. But it's like trying to incorporate educational material, and it's not the most well-made or polished. So I guess we did escape, but we didn't escape faster than the other group that we were also competing against at the same time. So that was kind of an L, but whatever. And then I drove down to Rochester because I had a preceptor shift today, and I had to leave that one a little bit early because I then had an hour drive to Farmington for a 3-hour home care visit with our Johnny and Friends family, and then came back, ate in at Taco Bell, and just chilled for a while, and then popped over to the house and was wondering where everybody was and what was doing and getting ready for the podcast. And now we're here talking about our weeks and about to go into some epic moments in sports history.
Wow. That was beautiful, Mitch.
Good week.
Sorry. I almost forgot the popcorn, Joey.
Oh, popcorn me. I've had a pretty good week, but it's been pretty busy this week. This weekend was Ground Zero retreat. So I took all my middle school students, and we combined with half of the other Eagle Brook campuses, and we went up to Camp Chaminade for the weekend. So we left. I was into work at like 1 or 2 on Friday, and then didn't get back till like 5 or 6 on Sunday. So it was a very long weekend with like 420 some middle schoolers.
Nice number.
Oh, see, that was dumb because I was guesstimating, and like I think it's slightly over 400, and I picked 420, and that was stupid.
And you're from the hood.
It's 419. No,
and Maplewood's in the hood.
Maplewood is in the hood. 419, which was roughly
there you
419 students.
There you go.
Roughly. Of course, you called me out. I thought I was like, maybe I can get this slide, and then I was like, no, Mitch will catch it.
That's not happening.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. With like, there's a lot of fun things to do at the camp. So like, they have a gym and a zip line and high ropes course and BB guns and horseback riding. So a lot of my students did that. So that was pretty cool. And then like worship and the message were just like incredible, and it was a good time. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah,
because,
cutie in the front row.
Oh, thank you very much.
Mhm.
So I've been catching up on podcasts, and one of the podcasts you mentioned that on one of your retreats you had to chase around some students at 1 a.m.
Yep.
Did any of that occur this time?
Not this time.
Oh.
Rev retreat, it's still nice enough out that there's no snow on the ground.
Oh.
And like it's pretty chilly, but like the students can run around in like sweatshirts and stuff.
Okay.
But I mean, there was probably 6, 7, 8 inches of snow, and it was freezing. So it was like below zero at night. So I didn't have to chase any students around. I wonder if we just like don't care as much because there's probably not as many that try to sneak out when it's that late.
Okay.
You know who Jared is? Jared Schultz, I think is his last name.
Yeah, I had a class with him.
Yeah, is it Jared Schultz?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the small group leaders for Blaine actually, and he told me that he went to sleep at like late, like 1 o'clock or something. And I think some of his students like snuck out and went sledding or something. So I'm sure there's students that sneak out.
Yeah.
But if they go out, they're not going to be out very long.
Yeah.
Whereas at Rev Retreat, like they can be out all night because it's not that cold. So yes, we did not. That's a great question, Mitch. But did not have to chase down. Didn't have to chase down any middle schoolers that were rogue.
All right.
So that was kind of nice. And then, I'm looking at the wrong week. And then this week for basketball, that was like my main thing. We've only had, we haven't had a game all week. So we've had 4 practices this week. So that's been nice. That's been different. We were supposed to play a game on Tuesday, but it was cold enough that Rush City shut down school. So then we had 4 practices. So
week.
Yeah.
Yo,
that was crazy. That was the exact same second.
Wavelength.
Dude, no way. Stop it.
What, guys?
Stop.
Jeez.
This is redemption from the last time we played that game. I was stinking it up last time.
We
I
should
totally
do
forgot
that. We
happened.
should do that game again. That was a good time.
Holy moly, we bombed that.
That was crazy. But tomorrow we play Choff away. Jake's gonna get his 1,000th point because he's 2 away, so that's pretty exciting.
Let's go.
He'll get that tomorrow.
You gonna do like first play design for a Jake back cut or something?
You know, I'm kind of tempted. I should have. I don't have any plays like that ready, but like just to get it out of the way right away, because otherwise you just think about it and like everyone will know. I'm almost tempted to be like, guys, just like get Jake the ball, let him shoot once and get it over with, so then we can actually like play the game. And focus
Run
on the
line.
game.
Do you remember line in middle school?
I don't remember line from middle school.
Oh.
If you if you showed it to me, I'd probably recognize. We still used Olstead play.
The
play
out
one?
of bounds play?
The box, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the screener goes up, gets the screen.
Yeah.
That one cooks. It's crazy because we've been running that since middle school, and that play still cooks.
Yeah.
High school teams. It's so funny. So we have Chop tomorrow, and then Liberty we play for the conference championship on Monday. So that one will be wild.
Wait, like this upcoming Monday?
Yeah. So you should be there.
Home?
Home.
Oh yeah, because we have 1 seed.
Yeah, we got 1 seed, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I gotta show
So
up.
you should be there. You should be there too.
I won't. I have a small group.
Hey,
That's
Mondays
tough.
are normally free for me, so like.
What time
I'm
is it
pulling
on
up.
Monday?
I think it's 7.
Ah. Okay.
Yep, 7.
When's your next game when you win?
What?
When's your next game?
When you
well,
win.
that's
You
for
win.
conference.
I said when. 'cause
After
you know
that
you guys
is
are
the
gonna win.
27th where we play Trinity, and that's senior night.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then we have Rush City right after, but that's away. So we have
Boo.
3 games next week, and it's Liberty, Trinity, and Rush City. So
Ooh, bars.
the boys are going to be so tired after
No,
that.
they got to be used to it by now, right?
I don't know. So 3 games in a week and 3 like really good teams.
True.
That'll be tough. Especially playing. They have Friday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. So
Wow.
that's gonna be a
That's
run.
brutal.
But we're getting close to the end of the season. I mean, I think if we win our section, our last section game would be March 13, and that's only like a few weeks away. So it's winding down, which is crazy.
Dang.
So
So-
wait, if you win your section, What does that mean? You don't make it to state if you
Yeah,
win
if
the
you win
section?
your section, you go to state.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. And we've never made it far
Vale's never
section.
gone
I
to
think we've
state.
only ever won one section game.
Oh.
Like in a
So that's
season.
like
We've
your
won
section
multiple section
tournament.
games. But yeah, you got to win your section. And it's tough because Heritage is in our section.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. I don't think because we lost them last year and we lost pretty good. And I don't think they graduated like anybody.
Oh.
So
Wow.
they're going to be really solid.
If you win your conference, does that give you a high seed in the section? Probably,
No.
right? It doesn't?
Not really.
That doesn't correlate?
No. They do it all off of QRF.
Oh, really?
Like strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule and opponent, which I think we're doing pretty good with QRF. I think we're 3. I think Liberty's above us, and like that's a beatable team. And then the other one I think is Heritage, which is above us, and like their record is way worse than us.
How was Liberty above you? I thought maybe I'm thinking of last year. Like I swear you mentioned that Liberty was playing like not quality opponents.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think which year that was. Was it last year?
I feel like now that I'm saying that, I feel like that was last year.
It was last year or 2 years ago, where they just went and just played the worst teams. Like their
Yeah.
record was crazy. They lost only like 1 or 2 games all year, but they were playing the worst teams they could find. It was crazy. So,
Bruh. So inflated.
yeah, it's not chill at all. But yeah, so we got some big weeks coming up. But popcorn, Evan.
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah, weekend was good. We went to Activate as a family in Roseville here. Have you guys heard of Activate?
No.
No. It's kind of like, it's almost like an escape room, but it's way more like energy and active, I guess, as the name implies.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. You have like a bunch of rooms that you can go into. So it's not like an escape room that's just one room you're trying to get out of. Yeah. And then there's like different kind of challenges in each room. It's actually really fun. We should try and go as some boys sometime. I think
We
it'd
should
be
do
fun.
that.
So yeah, that was Saturday. And then let's see, Monday had school. I feel like this week was just a lot of school and homework and working on my project, which has been good, but ran into a lot of problems with it recently.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Our motor for our main like testing machine went out. So we were waiting on the delivery for the new one. And then replaced that yesterday, and so now we got it up and running again, but just kind of took a week of repairs to do it. But
That's tough.
yeah. Let's see. Tuesday I went to Eliana's basketball game, which was good.
I bet she drops buckets.
Well, what do you think the over-under on that game is? Like 13 points?
I don't know. I think she had they played a pretty bad team, but I think she had 10 or 12 or something.
That's crazy. That's
really?
40 for one of my boys.
Because when we went to Liberty, like the Liberty home game, like Eliana came over to you and it's just and telling you how the other team was playing a zone the whole time and they lost
5-9.
5-9.
Yeah.
It was bruh, 14 points in an entire elementary.
Yeah.
Elementary
grade.
school game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, girls basketball just in general is just wild. It's just a different sport. I feel like it's not as consistent. They can have really good games and they can have really bad games. But yeah, middle school and elementary school is just crazy because if you run a 2-3, they're not scoring. They're not scoring.
Nobody is.
Which
Number
I'm
one
trying to
ranked
think.
defense.
I think I was talking to Coach Borkart last year about how he coached his daughter in one game and they played some team and they ran a 2-3 the whole time and he got mad at the coach because he's we're not teaching our girls good habits. For high school, Chuck still runs a 1-3-1 pressure up crazy absolute menace
Dog.
but it's just such a different game of just put them in a 2. It's almost like a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's guys, this is
Easy
not
win.
good.
Yeah. Well, because in a 2-3, your openings are usually on the perimeter and they can't shoot threes.
No.
Even an outside 15-footer.
Not Eliana though. She isn't Poland already.
She did tell me the other day. She's yo, I made a 3.
Oh,
Let's go.
No way.
we should pull up to one of her games. That would be crazy.
Yeah. She's only got the final tournament is this Saturday.
You gotta
So-
be kidding me.
Yeah. You guys should pull
Bro.
up though. That'd be wild. Just go crazy. But yeah, it was fun. I saw on the other game, I went to another one, like I think last week. I saw Ed there.
Oh,
And I was talking
yeah.
to him for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while. Because his granddaughter
Yep.
plays on Sacred Heart, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was rooting for the other team, but talking to him, that was fun. I was telling him about you guys and stuff, and he still remembers you guys. He was talking about Mitch and Joey too on the bus ride. He's like, Joey, he's just like whenever win or lose after a game, like Joey's gonna bring the energy. He's like just such a good guy or something.
That's
like that.
awesome. I love
Aw.
Ed. Ed
Yeah.
is one of my favorite people on this planet.
Love Ed.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Gets you to the game.
Yeah. Does not care.
Over under 2 red lights.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Hitting cones. I remember this one time he was driving the bus and I reached my hand out the window and I touched like another one of those box trucks. That's how close. I'm like, Ed, how do you even fit the mirrors
Yeah.
between this other truck?
He just knows.
There was a one time we were leaving TCA and there was like a median, like one of those like thicker medians where
Yeah.
there's like curb and there's like a few feet of concrete in between, just ramped right over.
Ed doesn't care.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Ed and the bus are one.
Yeah. The bus is just an extension of Ed. Like he's just like,
It's like Ed is the transformer.
yeah.
Autobots.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so that was Tuesday. Let's see. Wednesday and Thursday, just more school. Not too much exciting happening, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Working on my comp sim project. It's kind of cool. We're doing I don't know if I told you guys, we're simulating like an arrow
Oh.
and 3 different arrows with different veins. It's like, the vein of an
Yep.
arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 different shapes of that. So I'm kind of
Is
interested
that
to
like
see
the thing off the
result.
back? I don't know what a vein
Yeah,
is.
it's kind of like
It's like the
the fletching of the arrow.
Okay.
Would be another word for it. So, yeah, we're simulating that and just going to see which one is the best, I guess. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I think let's get into it. I think
Yep.
what we should do is do 2 sections.
Okay.
We should start with personal memories, whether it's something we experienced, or like I have a few coaching ones that come to mind because that's more recent. And then we should go like all-time greatest sports moments, what comes to mind.
All right.
Okay. So I think we got to start with personal ones.
Okay.
Do you guys have any of greatest sports moments that come to mind?
Okay. Like, first one that always haunts me from high school. It's not a great moment because this is our first game of sections senior year against Prairie Seeds.
Oh,
You
are
remember
you for
this game?
soccer?
Yeah, for soccer.
Oh yeah,
Coach Mo is kicked out the
He's
previous
kicked-
game,
yep.
so he can't attend this one. So he is on top of his car in the parking lot, like shouting and like watching from there. And oh my goodness, dude, this game should have never gone like down to the wire like it did. But like I remember I didn't score a goal this game, but I know I like assisted I think Johnny a couple of times. But it was just one of those like it was 4-4 in like final seconds of the second half.
Yep.
The guy is offsides still.
No, this was in overtime.
This was in overtime.
Because it went into
Okay.
overtime.
Yeah. So in overtime, excuse me. I don't even remember. Like I think like I'm by the halfway line. I don't know why. I don't know if I was like subbed out or if I was just like falling back for a little bit. But Prairie Seeds like gets a through ball. I don't know if like because I know Micah was like the last person.
I think he was there, and yeah.
Yeah, he was like the last line of defense before it was just the guy and Deacon. And then Deacon tried his hardest but couldn't save the ball, and then that was just it. But it was just like it felt like a game that we dominated most of the time, and it was just like, you know, it's your senior year, and it was just like so disappointing to lose that way in overtime on our home turf, and in a game like where I don't even score. Like it always haunts me. I never scored in that game, and it just like because I remember playing Well, I was it like Lincoln Academy or something?
Lincoln International.
Lincoln International, yeah. I think I had like 4 goals that game. I think it was like the previous game.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was going nuts. Like that was such a fun game to play. And then like going into this one, because we had also heard about this story about how Prairie Seeds like kept on like moving up the seating ladder for like
Yes.
for sectioning.
Yes.
And I remember Rick Swanson being super pissed about this.
Yep.
Because like everybody else was just like, yeah, sure, okay, have that.
Yeah.
And like everybody was so mad about it, or they were just super chill about it, but Rick was really mad about it. And like I guess they just wanted to play us. I guess it paid off barely.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have. And that was just like even worse. It's just like knowing they did that afterward.
Yeah.
It was just like, bruh, we should have beat them.
Yeah. I remember a few things about that game that was crazy. One is Mo in the parking lot. I think he was standing or sitting on top of his car.
He was definitely standing on top
and
of
I
his
think
car.
he has like an SUV, and so he's way up there just yelling.
And it's his friend that's coaching us.
And dude, he loved it. His friend was hyped, and I really liked his friend. And he was in it with us.
He was in it.
Yeah, I'm like, the bro is on our
It's
side.
like, bro, it's like, where has he been the whole time?
Yeah, he was dedicated. It was great. But then I remember that game. That was where they had the really good. There's always one like really good player on the other team who thinks they're all that.
Yeah.
I always pick out that guy and like go right at him. And we had been going at it like all game. I think I was just being like, because in soccer, I loved it. I would just deck those kids and just shove them around as much as I can. And I remember we were doing like they had like a corner kick or something, and he was trying to push Deacon around, our goalie. So I just like shoved him back like that, and he started talking crap to me. And I said, "What are you gonna do? Punch me in the face?" And I said, "Do it right now." And he walked away.
I remember.
But then that was the kid that scored.
Yeah,
which was so tough.
It was like, bruh,
it was so tough. But then, do you remember what happened to Prairie Seeds the next game?
Because they played De La Salle and got like
blown out, like 7-0 or something. It was absolutely ridiculous. So, I know it sucks.
Yeah.
But there's a little part of me that's like, I'd rather go out like that than your last game ever just being like you just got killed like 8.
It'd be like the similar ending with like when we played Becker junior year.
Yeah.
Or was that junior or sophomore year? I don't remember. But that game was brutal.
Oh,
because that was 7-1.
Yeah, and there was nothing we could do.
Yeah,
they
it
were
was just
so good.
It just felt like they had like recruited like some of the like top talent like around the cities to like play on their team.
Yeah,
and they're also rich kids too. So
yeah,
like,
that's. But the one thing is we got the real W because Josh cooked that kid's ankles,
and we have a clip of that too.
So bad that he fell down in soccer. That was crazy.
Oh my goodness. The redemption moment.
Yeah. And that's the one I got the yellow card because I was ticked at the end and I was just like kicking him in the shins.
Yeah, just like screw that.
Oh, my only yellow card was persistent infringement of the laws of the game. Yeah. That wasn't even that bad. But
yeah. That's the thing. Oh, I guess one more soccer thing is like this is senior night again, but for Northwestern, and we're playing at home against Martin Luther, and this is freshman year. This is like the culmination of like my entire like comeback story because
what?
Okay, you'll remember this because this was so the story like began around when I missed Camping with the Boys Part 1, like the first rendition, and I missed it because I was supposed to meet you guys in Banning State Park.
Yep.
But then my stomach just decided, you're not going.
Yeah.
So that's when that started, and then I like 1 or 2 days out of the hospital, I am starting with like summer training at Northwestern, and I'm just like sitting miserable in like the hot stands and the bleachers, just watching everybody play. And so it was like such a grind and such a struggle to like work up my strength and get my weight back and get my speed back and get like stamina and like like game time like type fitness. That's the word I'm looking for. But like when shout out Tim for getting a concussion in a game against Northland in like Ashton, Wisconsin or something, or Ashland. He got a concussion from some guy who just like, they were both going up for a header, and this guy is like, you know, he is known for like being dirty in the game, and so he had like his elbows high, and he just like absolutely whacked him. I don't even know if he got a yellow card for it, to be honest. But yeah, it was just like, it was completely obvious, but they didn't punish him for it. Anyways, I sub in for Tim, and I was just like instant impact. I like created an assist, and I had a goal in like the first 10 minutes, and that was like super sub type moment, and we won that game. And then next game is senior night at Martin Luther, and this is my first start based on my last performance. And I remember having 2 goals, and I should have. This is another moment that haunts me in soccer history. Is Justin is like one of our center backs or our wing backs. He just like boots it up like over the halfway line, and I like touched it down, but I like missed a touch or like missed a dribble to the like one side, because at that point it was just me and the goalie, and I just could not control it. So I should have had a hat trick there, but I did end up getting 2 goals in a loss, which is so annoying, especially on senior night at home. It's just like terrible. So, but it was just like still, it was all that work, and I was not in a good place that previous summer, and then to end up in that spot like end of the fall, it just felt like truly amazing. Like that was probably the most proud like I've been of like my soccer journey was that game, even though we lost.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
That's
Sometimes
inspiring.
I forget that you played. How many years did you play with Northwestern?
2.
2.
Yeah.
That was hype though, when I think there was a run where you were like getting a goal or an assist like every game or something, and I just remember being so hyped.
Yeah.
That was so sweet.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
Now it feels like that was so long ago.
I know.
That's crazy.
I want to relive my high school glory days.
Well, I was thinking of one from you for basketball. Didn't you have like a game tying or a game winning shot?
Okay, this is also I remember coincidentally it's another senior night. I think this is senior night against Liberty at home.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a close game. I know Logie hit a couple like clutch shots at the end, and then I don't know like what came over me, but like I just took this like crazy shot.
Yeah.
Like I just drove into the lane and like hit like one-legged like floater from the elbow, and I remember like getting like absolutely mauled like as I landed from my jump shot like floater, and they didn't call a foul. Like I had a whole piece of skin like literally burn off my knee, and I like you could see on the ground. It was kind of nasty, but like it was crazy. Like that was a clutch shot, and then like we won the game after that because I think it was just down to like the free throw game.
Yeah.
But like that floater was like kind of like the clinching moment of that game. And then they like interviewed us. They had like that senior panel or something where we all sat in chairs out in the middle of the court after the game. And it just felt so good. Just being like, we won that game in the clutch, and now we just get to like bask in our senior glory. But no, that was a really fun game because that was just clutch from our whole team.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember you shooting it, and I was so mad. I was like, what in the world? And then it went in. I was like, well, I guess I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Never questioned Mitch's shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, that was crazy. Evan, are there any that come to mind for you?
Yeah, a couple. I had, I guess, a game winner.
Let's go.
In we were playing Rothsay, which is kind of like our rival.
This is Hillcrest?
Yeah, this is at Hillcrest.
Okay. Yeah, is it a Vale's rival? No.
Corner 3. I think we won by 2 or something.
Didn't even need to be a 3.
I don't think it did.
I think I feel like I remember seeing videos of that.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Do you still have a video of it?
I don't even, not on my phone.
Oh.
Do you remember when this is Northwestern basketball, but it was on ESPN? Was it Henry?
Oh yeah.
Where they were down 1 or 2.
I think it was 2 because
and he literally like had the ball at the block and could have gone up. Like he got the rebound or something, and he ran out to the 3 and like hit a fadeaway 3 for the win.
That was on like Sports Center top 10.
Yeah, it was like number 3 or something. It was
Dang.
absolutely ridiculous. I remember that. I wasn't at that game, but I remember like people that were talking about it, and then it was on ESPN. It was like that was hype.
Dang. It's one of those like no, yes,
yeah.
moments.
Yeah, it's like what
What are you doing?
That was a plan all along. Okay, Evan. Sorry, back to you.
Think about like coaching a little bit too.
That was
fun.
Come on.
First season we like won the championship with my team, which was, I mean, my team was like super talented, so I can't really.
Oh yeah,
take a lot.
You
of
guys
credit.
are stacked.
Yeah, that was fun. Fun moment with the guys. I had another game winner too. It's like a
no big deal.
He's like that.
no.
Let's see. Do I have one?
My
or
coach
2?
drew up this play for like probably our best guard, and then he like drove in for, it was kind of, I think it was like a double screen. I'm pretty sure. Drove in, like missed the layup, so it's kind of went off the back iron and then floated out to like the kind of in the middle of the lane, and I just came in and just like did a jump touch, put it in at the buzzer, which was kind of fun.
Dang.
Yeah. My probably like the most athletic play I've ever done. It was like this. It was a basketball game, but we were playing. I don't know who we were playing. But yeah, this guy had a steal breakaway, and I like came down from like half court and like chased him down and pinned it against the backboard.
Wait, are you talking about the New Life game?
Blocked by James.
That was sophomore year. Yeah. No, this was a different game.
Okay, because thinking of moments with you,
Yeah.
I was thinking something like that happened against New Life, or one of their New Life had some really good kids.
Yeah.
And it was so hyped. Like that was one
Yeah,
of
I
the
forgot.
most
That
hyped
was
basketball.
fun.
And this kid went up for it, and you were just like, "Ain't no way!"
Ain't no
And
way.
Just like I don't know if you backboarded him or just like hit it out, but it was ridiculously athletic, and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah. That's
I
dad.
forgot that was fun. That was such a hype game too, because it was like at Mounds View.
yeah."
And it was like, I feel like there's so many Avail people
Well, 'cause
there that
they-
like don't normally come.
Yeah,
to, like,
because
the
they
game.
invited the band,
Yeah.
so all their parents were there, and like, yeah, we just went
Uh-huh.
off. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Like we lost, but I remember like going to the locker room and being like hyped
Yeah, it was
because
Yeah.
like this
That's-
team should have killed us.
Uh-huh.
That's the game you dunked in warm-ups.
Yeah,
Remember
Yep.
that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, I was
that
like, no way you can dunk. Because I like just the week before that, like you had just told me like, yo, I touched rim or I snapped down rim
Yeah.
or something like that. I was like, and then I saw you dunk. I was like, no way,
Yeah.
dude.
Because it was
That's
a wood
insane.
floor, and we never
Yeah.
got to play on wood floor, and it was hype because I knew all the people were there. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and it got it. It
Got
was
it.
crazy.
That was crazy. That's
Yeah.
sophomore year.
So hot.
That was sophomore year.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. I think senior night was probably fun for me too. That was like I don't know if you guys, I didn't play a lot in high school, like senior year. I didn't really play a lot. So that was fun to like get some more minutes. I think I had like 27 that game.
Oh my
Just kinda-
goodness.
I didn't give any minutes.
casual.
But when I was in, I dropped 27.
Yeah. But then next game I was back to like 7th
Plus
man. I
minus
was
goes off.
Bro.
Back to 7th man.
Yeah. That was tough. But yeah, it was fun. A fun memory for sure. But yeah.
Dude, it's something about senior night. It's just like you just have this thing that you just need to go off.
Yeah.
Go 30 a night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have 2 coaching ones that were hype, like game winners or just like clutch ones. The first one was my first year. It was with Jake, and we were away at Liberty, and he hit a clutch 3 with like 2 seconds left to win it, and that was just so beautiful. Just being Liberty, always so good. And then the other one was last year, and it was Parker, and I can't remember who we were playing, but I don't think we had a play drawn up or anything, but last second, and Parker gets on the 3, pump fakes this kid, goes flying by, takes one dribble and just drains it. And it was so hype because the crowd, it was a pretty good crowd.
Was this at home?
Yeah, it was at
Dude,
home.
I swear I was there.
You were probably there.
Because I
don't know if it
you
was
describing this play is just like it just came to my mind.
Yeah. And it was
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was so sweet. And like we have video of it.
The Vikings win it. Spoiler. That's it for your coaching. What about just you?
Just me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like your like individual greatest moments.
Oh, individual greatest moments? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I don't have very many like standout moments. I remember starting senior year, I think, and I dropped 30 points in back-to-back games to start off the year. So that was pretty hype. I remember getting 1,000 points.
Yep.
That's a huge accomplishment.
That's pretty, thank you, Evan.
I just remember like every IM basketball game, every basket you scored, 1,000-point score.
Yeah,
1,000-point score.
Guys.
Hyping you up.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
Him.
But I remember,
Timothy.
I think we were playing Choff. Jake thought it was Lila, so I gotta like go back and look. But I think it was Choff. And I remember I only needed a few, like 7 or 8 or something. And I got, Mitch, you probably remember this. I got within like 1 or 2 of it, and guys just kept giving me the ball like crazy. Yep. And I was gassed.
Yeah.
Because every possession,
so
I was just like driving or just trying to score. And I think it might have been a free throw. I think it was a free throw.
You got it off a free throw.
Yeah, because I just like threw up some stupid shot. And got fouled.
You're just spamming Joey, just hoping it just goes in.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, I might need to sub out. So, but I can't think of any.
Was that wasn't like towards the end of the season though, right? Or when did you get?
I think it was pretty close to the end of the season.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So you were like really trying to get.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I just want to get to that game because I think a lot of people like came out to that one. I think it was like 7 points, 7, 8, 9 points. So like people were there to be there. See, Jake's got it easy. He's just 2, so it's like guaranteed.
Yeah,
we'll get it. So that's kind of nice. I also remember a soccer one against. Do you remember when we used to play like Shattuck, and they were like we'd have to drive a long ways away.
Yep.
And I remember we were like killing them, but I had a buzzer beater goal. Like refs never do this, but for some reason he was counting down the time.
Yeah.
It was like 3, 2, and I like kicked it at 1, and it went in. It was so high. So
that's crazy.
I wish I would have done a better job like documenting these memories because it would be fun. When I get to heaven, I'll just ask God for like, hey, can you give me a highlight reel?
highlight reel.
Play some sick music in the background too.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are some of the. I haven't had any crazy ones with like coaching, except the one with Jake. That was a big one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure there's many to come.
Except for
in
going
your
to
coaching
state
career.
I hope so. What did you say?
Except for going to state.
Except for going to state this year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. I would love if we could win 2 section games. That'd be sweet.
That'd be huge.
We'll see how it goes.
So 2 section games, and then your next game would be the section championship.
No, I'm a little confused at how seeding works and like who gets a bye, and like when we would play.
Oh.
And like I can't really. We don't know seeding yet until like end of February. So right now we're looking at like the 3 seed, which is pretty good.
Nice.
So we'll see. But okay, here we go. What are some of the greatest sports moments? Oh, Mitch is just gone. He doesn't want to talk about all-time greatest sports moments. Okay, Evan.
He's got to go to the bathroom. Just chug this Taco Bell drink right here. I feel like the first one. First one that comes to mind is like the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah.
Wanted to wait for Mitch to talk about it.
Dude, this is like during the period where every time we would get into the playoffs, we'd always play the Saints, and we'd always like lose by a close score, and it was just going to be another. It was going to be I'm just out of breath.
He's dying, bro.
You just get back in that soccer fitness.
I'm not as I don't have as much stamina as I used to. But yeah, this is shaping up to be one of those games again. It was like, what is it, 24-22 or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And there's like, I don't even know, like 4-6 seconds or something on the clock, and Case Keenum is the quarterback, just trying to get like a few more yards. Just to wait, no, I don't think we're down. We're down more than a field goal.
It's 4th down, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just put it up here.
This is cause. Diggs, sideline, touchdown, unbelievable. Vikings win it.
Yeah,
Then the guy tackled Stephon Diggs.
that was crazy.
That clip is like,
I remember like jumping up from my couch and just like being like,
I
it was so hype.
it was so hype, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, like thinking about it after that night, I was like, what on earth was that Saints defender doing? Because like he just totally like just completely missed Stephon Diggs, and like if he literally touched him in any way, like just pushed him, tackled him, I don't know, doinked him with his index finger, I don't know, he would have been out of bounds or down or something, and that would have been it. Because I don't know if we had enough time to maybe get a field goal off or something, but yeah,
I remember like when he caught that, I was like, just get out of bounds, get out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he kept going. I was like, where's the safety? He's going to come get him.
Yeah.
But there was no one there.
Nobody there. He was the last line of defense.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then that's the extent of where we choose to remember.
Yes.
Because the week after we got absolutely demolished by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't remember that.
Definitely didn't happen.
Yeah, but at least in their case, they did win the Super Bowl, so we can always say we lost to the Super Bowl winners.
Yep.
But
at least you got that. Me and Evan were talking, and we were saying OBJ's catch, one-handed catch.
oh yeah,
Like that one. I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
And like I feel like everybody at school was talking about it.
yeah.
It was like when they're at recess and stuff, they're just like,
Yeah,
OBJ.
just OBJ. Just that started in a revolution, like in the middle school and the high school communities across the world. Like everybody was trying to do one-hand catches. Like it was a little bit of like a thing before that catch even happened, but it was just like for the touchdown. It was so far behind his head, like he got the and one because it was a penalty on it too, and it was just legendary. And now nobody knows where OBJ is because he's now irrelevant.
Does he still play?
He was on. So last year he was on the Ravens. This year he's on the Dolphins, and I think the Dolphins released him like mid-season.
Oh,
so yeah, he's kind of washed now. But so
the other football one that comes to mind is when the Seahawks had the interception on the 1 yard line, and they had Marshawn Lynch as a running back.
Intercepted by Malcolm Butler. Dude, it was just like, and you could watch that play and it's like, okay, maybe that's just a good read by the defender, but like context of that drive,
dude, just hand it off.
Marshawn Lynch is absolutely frying the Patriots defense. Like he is running all through them. Like there is no way they're on like the 2 yard line and they're not handing it off to Marshawn Lynch again. Like I don't know.
And before that happened, did they make a call? Like, didn't the announcer say something? It's like it's hard to imagine that they don't hand it off.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Didn't they say something like that?
Yep. And then they decided to pull it and pass the ball. Like I guess in the moments you're spamming Marshawn Lynch beast mode, and you just maybe think the Patriots are gonna sell out for the run.
Yep.
So like I guess in that scenario maybe, but like
What down was that even?
Because it
this
wasn't
was like first or second down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Just like
yeah,
wasn't
it
even
third or
passing
fourth.
down.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what they were doing, but it's just like even if the Patriots knew you were gonna run Marshawn Lynch, they couldn't do a darn thing to stop him.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Beast Quake. That was crazy too.
Oh man.
Switching over to basketball, actually college basketball.
Oh,
Was it March Madness when Villanova,
North
Did
Carolina.
they win it on a buzzer beater?
Against North Carolina.
Yeah.
This was 2019, 2018 or something.
Yeah, that
Right.
wasn't too long ago.
Was it? I thought it was before that. Was it?
Maybe it was
Yeah.
17. I don't remember. But it was just like the call was like, was just like, here comes Butler. Gives it to Jenkins for the championship. It's good.
That one.
It's just so legendary. I remember being at,
He got off
Was
a
it a-
really good shot.
Yeah.
Like he was pretty set.
2016.
2016.
That was 2016. Wow.
Yeah.
9 years ago.
That's guys, we're getting old, man.
But
Yeah.
what's crazy is like people like don't remember this, but the possession before that, Marcus Page double clutch 3 banked it in. Didn't he bank it in?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was for
That was
North
to put
Carolina.
was that to tie it?
No, that was to put him in the lead.
That was to put him up 1.
I think so.
That's crazy.
But it was
That's
just
what
like
makes that moment even better.
yeah,
Back
the
to
most improbable shot followed by
No, that was to tie.
it was a tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were down 3. Marcus Page double clutch.
Yeah,
chucks
because
it up,
like
banks
he
it.
had jumped and like the defender had him totally like, he just had him totally like draped. Like there was no way he was getting that shot off, and then just like double pumps, and then like on the way down just like chucks it, and then banked it in. It was
Yeah.
the most just ridiculous shot, and then just absolutely nullified by Jenkins.
Yeah. I was so sad. I wanted North Carolina to win that.
Yeah.
But
What other basketball ones are there?
blocked by James.
Blocked by James. That's probably one of the most iconic in recent memories.
Yeah. That whole
'Cause-
finals series, well, like that era of like the Warriors versus Cavs,
Yeah.
like that had to have been like some of the best basketball.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Finals
easily.
there's ever been.
Like people say they were tired of it, but you know they were definitely watching and they were like on the edge of their seat the whole game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like you see Golden State Warriors go, they're up 3-1. Okay, well, you never know. The Cavs might just steal another one before, Warriors win game 6 or something, and then it's 3-2, 3-3. Oh boy, now you're back in the Bay Area for game 7. Golden State surely closes this out, and then
Kyrie hit that 3.
yeah, it was like
That
the block by James on an Iguodala. Give me Iguodala.
I love that. Give me Iguodala.
On a Iguodala layup just blocked, and then Kyrie Irving, Curry 1-on-1, and then Kyrie Irving just hits a step back 3
It's
just to ice
disrespectful.
it, and then it was just
they still
you
had a
just knew it.
chance though, but they just didn't come
Yeah,
back from.
no,
that
they
was tough.
they had lost it already. They
was
knew they were cooked.
Trying to think of what else. This is later, but the Kawhi shot that like
Oh.
bounced like 8
Oh.
times.
That was insane.
I wasn't like as invested into the NBA like
Yeah,
during that time, but I guess that was kind of recent.
dude, literally the whole world froze
Yeah.
when that ball was going in.
Yeah.
Like it bounced 4, like it was like 4 and like a slight fifth times on the rim
Yeah.
before it like actually went through the hoop, and it was just because you could see like Kawhi Leonard just like put both of his arms up in the air, and then Joel Embiid, who challenged the shot, just like become absolutely depressed.
Yeah.
Both in the same exact moment.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, this is peak humanity. And that was like on their way to win the finals too. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, that was heavily carried by the fact that Kevin Durant lost his Achilles
Oh yeah.
game 2, and then Clay lost his ACL like game 4 or something. But I mean, still, they played well.
That
And
was the same series that
That-
those two.
that was the
guys-
same year.
Oh man.
Because the Kawhi shot was for the series against the Sixers,
Mm.
and then I think they went to the conference finals after that, and then like the Warriors and the Raptors met up in the finals that same year. That was 2019.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors had another like 2-peat or something, like back to back from 17-18 or
6. I don't know.
I can't remember now.
Who
I
the
swear.
The Warriors they won first and they lost to the Cavs, and then they won again.
Then they won twice in a row.
Was
I
it
swear.
twice? Yeah. Because Curry has 3 rings, I think, right?
He has 4 now
He's 4? Yeah.
because of the 2022 one. I remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were watching that series at your house.
Yeah.
That
Dude,
was
that
fun.
was crazy.
Was that the final game? No, I don't think it was. I think it was like game 4 or 3 or something like that. But yeah, just there's plenty of moments. Like there's the Allen Iverson step over.
Oh my goodness.
Like on Tyronn Lue. Like imagine having that on your head, like because of your name, like for the rest of eternity. Like people are gonna
You're
remember
never
you not as
recover from
not as an NBA coach, but the guy who got stepped over after getting crossed and sauced by Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Just disrespectful.
Going back to college basketball, remember the UMBC Virginia
Oh,
round of 64?
Oh yeah, because
That
that was
was
the first ever loss.
First
right?
ever loss by 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First round exit. That was insane.
That was insane.
yeah. Honestly, that's kind of the year that like broke it open. That like
Yep.
you could really tell that the March Madness gap between 16 and 1 was really starting to shrink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know I've mentioned this like way in the past, probably like last year when we were talking about March Madness, but like nowadays it's like even harder to pick brackets because
Yep.
every team is so like special in their own way, and like and each conference plays differently, every team plays differently, and teams are just overall like more balanced in skill, and they're much better at basketball these days. And so it makes March Madness even better to watch, but just
Yep.
more impossible to pick.
Yeah. Because that was it a year or two ago where it was like multiple of the 2 seeds lost to the 15s. It
Yeah,
was like-
Kentucky lost.
Yeah.
Is that this
Um,
past year?
I feel like that was a while ago.
Well, what was the year when like Kentucky wasn't that when they had Zion and they like lost in the
Duke.
second round?
Uh,
that's Duke.
No, they
Duke-
they almost lost to UCF.
Okay.
yeah, that was.
Um,
I think they made it to the Elite Eight. and
Okay,
then
they
lost
did.
Yeah.
to
Okay.
go to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was one. I know what you're talking. There was one team. Was it Kentucky? I think it was. Yeah, that
I
was
know
just like-
Kentucky this last
was that
year
2
lost
years?
first round
okay.
because they lost to that guy Golke.
Oh,
Jack
yes.
Oakland.
Golke.
Oakland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he hit? Like 15 threes or something?
Yeah, it was
insane.
nuts. Like I remember watching that game just like on the scoreboard because I was watching other games and then just like keeping track of that one. It was just like, how on earth is Oakland beating the crap out of Kentucky? And it was just they just never recovered. Jack Colke was too much for them. One white boy shooter was too much.
Wasn't like Oral Roberts a 15 seed too? They beat. Who'd they beat?
I don't know who they beat. They made it all the way to the Elite Eight. They went some crazy run.
Yeah.
The Peacocks.
Yeah, that was
was
that guy
nuts.
was a meme.
Yeah.
the
Guys.
main guy.
March
Yeah.
Madness is going to go hard this year. Us all in the house.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And
We're gonna be
Ava's
hammered.
gone. So I'm
Oh
got
my
you. We
goodness.
got you.
I'm going to be with you boys.
How
we got,
did-
we
how
got
did-
Joey on reserve. There.
Yeah. That's great.
Joey is ours.
Because
Let's go.
March Madness is for the boys.
Because when is it's the 18th and 19th.
That's when it starts.
Wait, that's not right. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Doesn't it start like
first
on
Thursday?
Thursday?
4. So the first and
Oh.
second are the 20th through the 23rd.
of
yeah.
March.
Yep.
Is the first 4?
I feel like it's starting later.
No, so
Is it always like
the first bracket games, like the first ones people actually
Yeah.
care about, is the 20th and the 21st.
Oh, so first round is 20 to 23.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yep, and Ava doesn't get back till the 22nd, so we're locked, boys.
We're locked.
Those first
Wait,
rounds are
and I'm
so fun.
off. Let's
Yeah.
go, guys! I'm not getting up from the couch all day. That's so.
I'm not
hype.
gonna meet with my group that day.
Yeah. You know, I gotta say, having my work schedule, have Thursday and Friday off for the whole year is almost worth it just for March Madness. Just to be able to not
Yeah.
work.
Yes. It needs to be like a national holiday.
It
I
should.
know.
Like, why do we work? No,
Yeah.
no one
Nobody's
works.
actually focusing
Yeah.
these days.
What did I think talking to, I think it was Dave Schushman, said that his wife works for like General Mills or something like that. And what they do is they just have a giant lobby or something, or auditorium or something.
Yeah.
And they just put the games up on there and tell people to just bring their laptops because they know everyone's just watching
Yeah.
the game. So they're like, at least watch it all together and
Yeah.
do your work on your laptop rather than hiding it. Like, that's what we should all do.
Yeah,
Like,
just
let's
own up to it.
Let's all be honest and be open and be like, no work gets done for 2 days.
Exactly.
Let's just watch the games. It's way better. But
It's so nice because there's games like 20. They're just like
yeah,
they're all in a row.
yeah.
Yep.
There's
And-
multiple games at once.
Yep, and there's like the 15-minute overlap
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
each game. So like as soon as you finish one, you switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the last 15 minutes, go to the next game. Like so good,
It
so
is.
good.
Yeah. Or you get to that fast break part of it and you get like 4 at once
Yep.
all at the end. It's
Yep.
just like, oh my goodness, doesn't get any better than
Yeah,
this.
it just
Just
is-
guys being dudes.
is that would you guys, if you had like, what's the best sporting event of the year? Would you say it's March Madness, or would you go like Super Bowl?
I got to go March Madness.
You go March Madness.
Yeah. Just because it's a longer event, you can enjoy it longer,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
But also it's like the most hype, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I get like most into it during that time. Because then you fill out a bracket.
Yeah.
So you're like somewhat invested already.
Yeah.
You're trying to like beat out your other friends. But yeah, I got to go March Madness.
Yeah, I have to agree.
And what's your favorite sport to watch? Like any level, any sport, what's your favorite to watch?
Ooh.
If you could only pick one.
Honestly, probably football.
NFL.
Yeah. But yeah, college basketball is good.
Yeah, I'd have to say NFL. I mean, like,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just like, since fantasy, I've been like way more into football like than I ever have been. So it's like,
Mitch has been locked. He has been locked.
locked.
yeah, I've been like so into fantasy football, and I still have like 2 very bad losing records in fantasy so far. But you know, we get better every year. We're only up from here.
What about you, Joey?
I see mine would, without a doubt, college basketball.
Yeah.
Is number one. So that's why March Madness, like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just like appreciate it a lot with like coaching, but also I just feel like NFL just has so much downtime. It's because how many active minutes are there in a football game? Is it 40?
48. No, it's 60.
No, 60.
15-minute quarters.
And it's like a 3-hour event usually, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm guessing basketball. What do they do for halves in college? Or do
20
they
it's
do
just 2 halves.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? So it's 40 minutes. And it's probably like a 2-hour
like
thing.
2
So
hours.
it's still not a great ratio, but I feel like it's just so good to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like you can tell they care so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just
Like-
so much more competitive than like even the NBA.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're
It's
just
like
slow.
yeah,
on the
there's
NBA.
step back. They don't care. Step
Yeah.
back three.
Yeah.
Like, and they're also just like at that point, they're just so freaking good
Yeah.
that like they don't need team basketball.
Mhm.
They don't need like there's no great
Yeah, like-
screens and back cuts. It's like
Yeah.
give it to Harden, let him do 8 step back steps, drain a 3. Give it to Curry, he's gonna launch a logo. Wemby's really fun to watch though.
Oh.
I mean, because he's just a game changer.
Bad news.
Oh yeah, I heard he's
So
done.
he is out for the season because my friend told me this because he drafted Victor Wembanyama in the draft or in his fantasy. So Wembanyama will not play for the remainder of the season due to deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. So it's a serious medical like condition because you can have like strokes, pulmonary embolisms, other like areas of your body cut off of blood because of it. And so so his season is ended. He was probably going to be DPOI for sure. I don't know if he still will be, but
no, because Noah said he can't get it because he won't play next.
He hasn't played enough games. Yeah, because they changed that like a couple of years ago to deal with load management players. Quiet.
PG.
Ben Simmons. Sorry, Bench Simmons. But yeah, I mean, like watching Wemby is like so fun because it's just like how on earth like is this even possible?
Yeah.
What is this frame?
But he's just like I feel like he's like totally like changed the game. Like you see like really experienced guys and they like don't even try to go up for layups if he's around.
He's like the pinnacle of like the modern NBA right now because you had like changing of the guard, and then it was like for a few years now it's all about the centers doing everything, like having guard like skills in a center body. But now it's like Wemby now has like the quickness of a guard and the size of a center. Yeah. And it's just like it's freakish too because it's so extreme. It's just like I don't even know. It's really cool to watch. Very perplexing a lot of the time, but back to college basketball. I just think it's like I appreciate it more because it's so much more technical and like the floor is smaller because you have to like really effectively use the floor better. So it just makes for like coaching schemes and team basketball to really like shine in the best way possible. But But yeah, and then you just get those magical runs too, where it's just like doesn't even matter what the scheme is. It's just sometimes it's just that team's night.
Yeah.
Like,
one of my favorite memories of like college basketball and watching it has to be like freshman or sophomore year. I don't know what, but like, we all had our computers pulled up.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, are you talking about in high school?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
That was so fun.
Because it was some weird class time that we had to be in. That wasn't like a regular class. And I remember, did we have 3 laptops going with different games and then 2 phones?
Yeah, I think you had 3 laptops, 2 phones, all on like different games.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It's nuts.
That was the good old days. And I remember then they like broke us up so we couldn't sit next to each other. And I was just like mad. I was like, bro, just let us watch the game.
Yeah, and then you just be like eyeing each other up like about like a certain play or something. A big shot happens. You just like jerk in your chair and just to try to like act normal.
Yeah, because we had to write some stupid reflection on something that I didn't want to write a reflection on. Like, I'm just watching the game.
Yeah. Like write like 5 words down in a document. Alt tab, switch to the game.
Oh yeah,
watch
alt
for like
tab,
5 minutes.
Alt tab.
Teacher comes around. Oh, sorry.
Alt tab.
I'm typing. I'm doing work.
I'm doing my work. I just remember journalism. Like that's all we did. I remember it was you and Caleb and Ilya were taking victory royales. Mid
March Madness and Fortnite.
Yeah.
I remember we were playing with Jace too. Jace would come on. That was so funny.
Good times.
Man.
Then next year, like they upped the curriculum like so much in that class.
Yeah.
Because I remember we'd tell people about it. It's like, dude, you can just slack off in this class. And then they took it, and then it was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
more.
literally what I did. It's like that's all I heard you guys do. It's like just pretty much you literally just did nothing, free credit, just gotta have fun all the time. And then I go there, and then like Miss Wieberding says like, well, the structure of this class has changed dramatically. And I was like, well, frick. Is it too late to drop out?
Well,
It's like I just got screwed.
yeah, I think we were a little too bold about.
We probably were.
Well, yeah, that was probably not the smartest. We didn't realize what a good thing we had. Until we lost it.
Yeah.
I just remember then you would be on the what was it? The article, the newspaper team or something.
Oh yeah.
So then you had to like sit at the front table with Mrs. Wieberding and like talk about what you were doing for that week. And like we'd always be so mad if we got chosen because otherwise we'd just sit in the back and
I remember sitting in the back with you, Joey, and watching Infinity War on your computer. I think I have a picture of it on my phone. Yeah, let's see if I can find it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the stuff we did in high school.
Yeah. Oh man, to go back to the glory days.
Those are definitely not the glory days.
No, those are the glory days.
Those it's like I go back in 2 seconds. Oh, did you find the photo?
Yes.
Oh, this was Mike.
That was Mike?
Yeah, that was Mike.
I sent that was because I sent that to you.
Yeah.
You must have been gone or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I remember getting that photo. I'm gonna check your phone too.
Do it.
Oh, and you also had like all those deep fried pictures, right, from journalism?
Yes, the deep fried photos.
Oh wow.
I remember just making fun of Eli because he'd sit next to the girls and we'd just roast him.
Classic.
Yeah, because you had to write like a certain number of articles and stuff, but it was only like 5 in the whole year. And I remember I did 2 of them in my last day of journalism.
Yeah.
She was like, "You're way behind." I'm like, "I'll clutch this up." And
Yeah,
I did.
I got this. Don't you worry.
And I remember one of my articles was like why the program that we use for the yearbook was bad. Like I just wrote like a whole letter.
Was it called like Balfour or something?
Balfour, yeah.
Balfour.
I remember.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Didn't that like crash that program and then someone had to like work on it for
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I think it was Sophie Schmidt.
Oh, that was
just
Sophie.
clutched the whole thing up.
That's crazy.
And I remember like looking back and be like, "Oh, this is way different." Because that's how it would always happen. Like every year, like
someone had to be like the lead kind of.
Yeah, we did a rough thing going.
Yeah.
And then when we'd actually get the yearbook, we'd be like, "Oh, this is like completely different."
Yeah.
It's like Sophie Schmidt would spend like 2 days on it and just fix everything and make it way better.
That's wild.
But yeah, that's because we did nothing the whole time and we didn't care. Good times.
Good times.
Well, is say we wrap this one up. Like, Wemby's season has been wrapped up with an injury.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do because I normally don't do this.
Yeah, well, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed a little bit more of a sports-centered episode today. Evan, Joey, and I have been itching to record an episode like this. We were talking about that on the way here.
Yeah.
But, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope we don't receive an email from Teen. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, and good night.
Peace out, boys.
Peace out, gangsters.